Each supplemental data form follows a workflow that you define. Workflow status is tracked separately for each entity for which the form is deployed. Forms with a start date that has not been reached have a status of pending. When the start date is reached, the status changes to open with assignee, and an email notification is sent to the preparer. When finished working on the form, the preparer submits it. If the form has an approve activity, its status changes to open with approver, and an email notification is sent to the approver. If the approver rejects the form data, the status reverts to open with assignee. If the approver approves the form data, and there is a post activity, the status changes to open with integrator, and an email notification is sent to the integrator. When the integrator posts the data, the status of the form changes to closed. To configure supplemental data workflow for supplemental data forms, begin by opening a supplemental data form template. You configure the workflow for forms in the Workflow tab of the form template. Frequency specifies how often data is collected, for example, monthly or quarterly. The frequency specified in the form template must match the frequency of the data collection period to which the template is deployed. You schedule the start date for the form as an offset from either the end date or close date of the data collection period. There are 3 workflow activities for forms: prepare, approve, and post. You can select one or more of these activities for the form workflow. I'll select all 3 activities. When you include approve as an activity, you specify the number of levels of approval. I'll accept the default of 1 level. Duration is the number of days needed to complete the activity and is used to determine the due date. In the workflow section, you add the entities for which forms will be created when the template is deployed. Assign users to the workflow activities for each entity. The same user cannot be both preparer and approver. The preparer and integrator users can be the same. Integrators must have the administrator role in Financial Consolidation and Close. I'm done configuring workflow for this form template, so I'll click Save and Close. Workflow for supplemental data forms begins when you deploy the form template to an open data collection period. A form is created for each entity specified in the template. Open a form and click Properties to display the workflow status. Use the Workflow section to monitor the workflow progress. It shows the activities for the form, the user assigned to each activity, the status, the due date, and the completion date. You can use the Actions menu to perform workflow activities. The actions available depend on the form's current workflow status. For this form, the status is Open with Preparer, so only the Submit option is available. I'll enter and save data and submit the form. When I open the work list, note that the status for the form is now Open with Approver. To learn more, visit docs.oracle.com.